go?
From Leisure Bowl in Albuquerque. We're here for the title matches of today's New Mexico-Texas Invitational Tournament. Over in the scratch division, this is potentially the title match, as Matt Helmick has only one loss, taking on two-loss Cortez Schenck, so Tez has to beat Matt twice in order to win the title. He'll do that.
Go Morgan! Yeah!
Over in the handicap division, this is the title match, as 4-seed Morgan Ellis is taking on 8-seed Katie McNeil. Both bowlers have two losses, so this will be the finale. Katie's got to beat Morgan by 7 to tie and 8 to win, and they're just getting started. Katie spared in the first, and Morgan went spare strike in her first 2 frames. Helmick's going to be shooting in the 6th frame over there. He's got a double working, which gives him, roughly there a 12-pin lead or so. Helmick, the 3-seed going in. His brother Josh was the top seed, lost in the last round, finishing up in 3rd. Danny Cobine was 4th, losing to Matt in that match. The Wichita State product. Smooth on the left-hand lane. 10 the pit, makes 3 in a row. Gets him out to a pretty big lead. McNeil, meanwhile, going cross lane at her 10-pin. Wow. The reason why that held on, folks, if you're watching at home, is we're bowling on 2 different lane conditions today. A really good challenge. The right lane is the cheetah pattern, which is all kinds of friction on the outside of the lane. That's why that ball grabbed right there. If she did that on the left-hand lane, would have been in the gutter at 40 feet, because that's the shark pattern over here. So a lot more oil on the outside and a lot longer volume, although both shots have broken down by this late in the night, as this is the, 9th game of match play for these folks after a 5-game qualifying round, so lots of bowling. Here's Tez on his right-hand lane. Yeah, that's a black hammer, I believe, on the right-hand lane with surface. So that's a good move for ball choice. You use the weak ball to get the ball down the lane and the surface cover stock to not have it violently change direction down lane. So Tez knows his equipment very well. He should. He brings 97 balls to each tournament, so choosing the right one there. Thank you, Crab. Morgan has bowled fantastic all day long, qualified in the 4-seed, and started 4-0 to take control in the match play portion. It's triple elimination match play. They have to lose 3 times before they're out. Little light mixer on the cheetah pattern, good ball, but doesn't quite get the carry there. Tez on the shark now. See, that's a different ball, entirely different line, and almost the same result. Another factor is the twister pins. Generally, light hits are better than high hits on twisters. And surface plays a factor too. Synthetic heads and wood back ends. All these different variables that bowlers have to adjust to, and that's why you see the cream rise to the top at invitationals. Doesn't quite hang on for Morgan, so she's open in the 3rd, just like McNeil. Tez will switch to plastic and go dead hard and straight and completely whiff the 4, unfortunately, and he is in a world of hurt in this title match right now. Tez only 14 years old, but has 17 career titles. That's the definition of prodigy right there. Meanwhile, Matt only has 2 career titles. Age is not the determining factor, folks. Tricky little 310 for her to work at. Matt with the extremely smooth style. He's going to take his time, get totally set. You're barely going to hit this ball. Hear this ball hit the lane. Way out on the cheetah, and can't throw it any better than that. That's a really good shot at the 310. Yeah, nicely done. Neither of these young ladies has a title. They both have runner-up finishes, so someone's going to win their first title and $1,000 in the Invitational. That's a good way to win. Katie, we're fairly sure, has already locked up Bowler of the Year by getting this far. On the cheetah, she goes right up the outside as well. That's another textbook cheetah strike. So Helmick has less hand rotation than Tez, so you'll see him still play way further left than he is on the right lane, but not as far left as Tez was playing. And less ball speed too, so which means he will bump it more left from there, but I think he's a good arrow further right of Tez, even so. High hit for Katie breaks up the split. Well, maybe not. He's standing pretty far left.
Get up, ball.
Still say it's about half of an arrow right of him, but boy, are the results pretty right now, as they are just labeling the 1-3 pocket. See on Shark, that ball doesn't hook back for McNeil. She's open in her 5th frame. Still a close match over there. Right now, Tez can only punch out for, what is that, 195? 205? I can barely see the board. 115 open, okay, gotcha. Helmick's got a 5-bagger with an open earlier, so he's at a 220 pace. That spells trouble, kids. Helmick's gonna have to open off the sheet, and Tez is gonna have to strike out. Nice shot from Morgan. Tez in the must strike on the cheetah lane. He has it. The great Bo Burton, the only announcer I care about, said strike for show and spare for dough, and it's the spare that's going to make the difference in this match for Tez. It just took all the wind out of his sails. Nice jab with the spare from Ellis. Sabrina Vargas won the women's series today, $200, courtesy of Impact Bowling for that, with a win over defending champ Adele Warner. Must strike for Tez. Oh, wow, gets the 4-9 to trip out, still make the match. We're going to stay with it through the end of the scratch match, then we'll come back for part 2 of handicap. The crowd begging for the Brooklyn, but not quite there. Again, 7-pin difference. Morgan's getting those 7. Thanks to the whole crew here at Leisure for hosting us. Always do a great job. Both young ladies have real nice basic games, kind of similar form, doing all the right things, and once again, right all over the spares. Helmick to lock up a $1,000 title. Wow, what a good shot. Perfect shot, ring in 10. He'll take that. Just fill the frame and wrap it up. That would have been a very McNasty strike right there if that one rolled. Instead, it's just a 10 for her, too. McNasty is her nickname. We've had variations of McNasty up on the scoreboard all day long today. Will it hook back on the cheetah? Yes, it will. That's not easy to do, just get the ball to roll out right on the 2 board. She's doing it. And Matt doesn't spare up the 10-pin in the 9th. And we're not quite yet done over there. Any mark will do it. 9 out with 205, which would make Tez punch for the tie. So any mark still wins for Helmick. My goodness. It's Brooklyn and all right. It's way over in Nassau County there. That's further out than Brooklyn. But very lucky to only leave the 1-3. Nassau is way out on Long Island for all you non-New Yorkers. Oh, let's see here. She'll spare this up to continue to lead by 8 and giving 7. So virtually all even with the spare, where she avoids the chop and has it. And for the 2nd straight frame, Helmick needs to mark to wrap up $1,000. This time on the Shark lane. There it is. Give a player of that quality 2 chances for a mark, and it's a pretty darn sure thing that he's going to get one of them. Both very good sports. Matt, one of the nicest guys on tour when we see him. And we're going to take yet 1,000 more bucks down to Shockerland. I don't know how many checks we've written out to Wichita State over the years. I bet you it's 6 figures, easily. Just that pipeline of tremendous bowlers continue, even though we sent some of our bowlers to Robert Morris instead, and took them out in sectionals this year. Ooh. Look out for Wichita next year. They're getting Matt McNeil on their team, which is just redonkulous. It's like getting Kobe Bryant in free agency 5 years ago or something. It's pretty ridiculous. They're going to be right back there, but give RMU all they can handle. Wouldn't be surprised if all of Tez goes sheet, but again, that 9 miss in the 8th was the turning point of this one. It's all wrapped up in scratch. 4 frames to go in a handicap. We're at 9 minutes, so watch part 2 to see whether Morgan or Katie takes today's handicap crown.